Henry is a big green engine. He is proud of his green paint, and he also has a tender with the number 3 on it. One morning, Henry puffed into the construction site. Jack and Alfie were there. "Hello, Jack and Alfie," said Henry. "How are you?" "Hello, Henry," said Jack. "I'm doing fine. How about you?" "I'm doing fine," said Henry. Then he puffed away. On his way, Henry met up with Lady. She was looking very sad. Henry felt sorry for Lady. "Hello, Lady," said Henry. "What's the matter?"
"Hello, Henry," said Lady. "I'm out of water. Now I cannot get this delivery to the docks on time."
"Don't worry, Lady," said Henry. "I'll help you." This made Lady feel much better.
"Thank you, Henry,"
said Lady. So then Henry puffed up and waited for the junction switch to change. Then the points changed and Henry backed up and was coupled up to Lady. And then Lady and her train set off with Henry to the docks. At last, Henry pulled Lady to the docks with Lady's train. And then Henry pulled Lady to the water tower. At last, Henry arrived with Lady at the water tower. And then Henry set off.
"Thank you, Henry," said Lady. "You really are a friendly Henry."
Then Henry went to the docks to collect more timber for the construction site. And then Henry set off. Then, at the junction, Henry saw Ben. "Hello, Ben," said Henry. "What's the matter?" "Hello, Henry," said Ben sadly. "I've broken down. Now I can't get this milk on time to the dairy." "Don't worry, Ben," said Henry. "After I drop this timber off to the construction site, I'll come back here and help you." This made Ben feel much better. "Thank you, Henry," said Ben. Then Henry and his train set off. At last, Henry arrived at the construction site where Jack and Alfie were waiting. "Thank you, Henry," said Jack. "Right on time." "But there's still more to bring," said Alfie. Henry was worried. He knew he had a lot to do. Then Jack and Alfie felt sorry for Henry. "Is everything all right there, Henry?" said Jack. "Oh, yes, everything's fine," said Henry. "Okay," said Alfie, "but you seem worried." "I'm fine," said Henry, then he puffed away. Jack and Alfie were surprised. "Oh dear," said Jack. "He seems like he's in a rush." "I wonder what for," said Alfie. Then Henry buffered up behind Ben. And then he set off. At last, Henry and Ben arrived at the dairy factory. "Thank you, Henry," said Ben. Next, Henry shunted Ben to the repair yard. "Thank you, Henry," said Ben. "You really are a friendly Henry." "Any time," said Henry, and then he puffed away. Then Henry arrived at the docks and backed up to the flatbed of timber. And then he puffed away. Then Henry puffed up to another junction. Donald and Douglas were there, and they were upset. "Hello, Donald and Douglas," said Henry. "What's the matter?"
"Hello, Henry," said Donald. "I'm out of coal."
"So am I," said Douglas. "I'm out of coal too." Henry was worried. He knew he had a lot to do. "I'll come back and help you after," said Henry. Then he puffed away. Then Henry arrived at another junction. Then Rosie puffed in. "Hello, Rosie," said Henry. "How are you?"
"Hello, Henry," said Rosie. "I'm fine. How about you?"
I'm fine, said Henry. And Rosie, can you please deliver this flat bit of timber for me to the construction site? I have other jobs to do.
Of course I can,
Said Rosie. Rosie was happy to help. Thank you, Rosie, said Henry, and then he was uncoupled from the train, and he set off to help Donald and Douglas. Then Rosie backed up into the train. At last, Henry found Donald and Douglas, and then Henry buffered up behind the twins, and then they both set off. And then Henry brought Donald and Douglas to the coal hopper. First, Donald filled up with coal in the hopper. And then Henry pushed Douglas into the hopper, and Douglas got filled up with coal too. At last, Donald and Douglas were filled up with coal, and the three engines huffed away. Thank you, Henry, said Donald. Yes, thank you, Henry, said Douglas. You really are a friendly Henry. Anytime, said Henry. And then Henry puffed up into the construction yard, where Rosie, Jack, and Alfie were waiting.
Hello, Henry,
said Rosie. Hello, Henry, said Jack. You really are a friendly Henry. Yes, agreed Alfie. Thanks for your help today. No problem, said Henry. And Rosie, you're also friendly Rosie. Thank you for bringing the load for me. You really are friendly Rosie, said Henry. And I think we're all friendly. And everyone agreed.